All right, Ryzen there. Very, very good message. What is mine? And he and Isaac Blackman and all these JD, they're really into very, very powerful messages for young people. Something that Michael, Stewart, and I have been discussing and recognizing that people sometimes just need to talk and get it out. Yes. And it's wonderful that you've come in, and we're going to give people the opportunity now to call in. The telephone number we're going to put up on the screen in a little while, if the director would like to share it with me, so I could just call it out to people who are not able to see the screen. Could somebody call it for me, please? 675 8747. Thank you very much. 675-8747. That's a number for you to call. 675 and 49. Okay, 675-8747 or 675-8749. And you'd think that after all this time I would know those numbers by heart. But when people tell me about my memory, I say, listen, there's some things that are worth remembering and some things I can get help with. That's one of the ones I can get help with. Michael, as we wait for people to call in, you said something there that was very, very important about finding a relationship with yourself.
Yes, yes.
Could you elaborate on that for me?
I think we spend our time helping other people. Particularly, I think a woman has more guilt with this than a man. So you grow up, you tend to your family, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, and so on. Then you come out, you get married, you tend to your husband, and then after you have children, you give to your children, and so on. And before you know it, you're going down in your years, and you look back, what have I done for myself? And you really haven't done anything for yourself. Men do that, women do that, parents do that, children do that. And I think the first thing, when you go on a plane, they tell you, if you lose oxygen or compression in there and the mask comes down, put it on yourself first. There is a reason for that. You will be alive long enough to help somebody else if you are okay. And I think we need to really recognize that it is important for me to be okay. How can I obey what the Bible says for somebody should love themselves as others as they love themselves? If I don't love myself, I must be able to love me enough that when I see you, I don't have a problem with what you have achieved. I don't have a problem with how you've risen in life, because I'm okay with me. But it is hard for me to see you getting all of that in your life, and you are excelling, your family is excelling, your children excelling, and I'm not happy with who I am. So it is important for us to recognize that.
All right, we have two callers on the line actually. First caller from Diego Martin. Hello? Hello, Diego Martin? Okay, we need to get some volume in the studio, please.
I think Diego Martin is shy.
Yeah, Diego Martin might be shy. We'd like to tell our viewers, when you call in, once you have made connection with the operator, could you please go and turn off your television's volume? You don't have to turn off the picture. Turn off the volume, otherwise we're getting a terrible feedback. That's probably why we're not getting a connection with you right now. There's another call on the line. Could we try that? Okay, we're not getting the calls at the minute. We've lost two calls. Sorry about that, if you're listening. Michael, yes, loving yourself. Some people may say that then you have to be selfish. You know, they mistake that. If I love myself, I love me, everything is all right. If I want this, I get this. Too bad if you can't get it. How do you draw the line between selfish love of yourself?
Well, the selfishness is because I don't love myself. So therefore, I've got to always get things external to bring it towards me, because I really don't love myself. So I'm trying to convince myself that I'm worth something. But if I naturally love myself, I give more, because I have so much inside of me, and I know I have so much inside of me that I'm just willing to give. I'm just overjoyed to see other people get to the stage that I am. So really, it's not a selfish thing to love yourself. You do yourself a lot of good. If I go out there, I work hard, I come home frustrated, and I give all of that time, over a period of time, I'll start shouting at my wife and my children. Why? Because I'm just drained, tired, burnt out. But if I take some time off from me, and I come home relaxed, I come home calm, I don't need to shout, I don't need to be angry, as how some families are. I can come home and just enjoy. The noise the children would make would not bother me as much, because hey, I'm so happy, I'm glad to see them running up and down, and it just works. It works for me. So we need to take some time with ourselves and for ourselves. And once we do that and we spend that quality time with ourselves, we'll see things working out so much better in our lives.
All right, Michael, I'm going to interrupt you because I understand we have two callers on the line. Caller from Woodbrook, hello. Caller from Woodbrook. Hello. All right, I need to just find out, are we hearing the caller from Woodbrook inside and I'm not hearing them outside? Okay, well, we need our audio man to put it through to the studio, please, so we can hear the caller. Maraval, are you there? Hello, caller from Maraval. Okay, this is definitely a little technical problem we're experiencing.
It happens.
I don't think it's our callers from home. I think it's technical problems inside. So we're going to try and sort it out because I really want our viewers to communicate with you. I'm sure they have some very, very important questions to ask. The good news is Michael is coming at another time. So if it doesn't work today, I'm a very positive thinking person.
Good.
What doesn't happen today can happen tomorrow.
That's right.
All right. Are we going to try just once more? Do we have a caller there? No. Okay, let's continue with the me.
Yes.
It is very important. I agree 100% with what you just said. However, I do know particularly women have problems when they talk about that situation of having a little time out for themselves, that they run into trouble. You know, the children are very angry. Why is it mommy has to go to the movies with her friends? And why does daddy have to go out and do something with his friends? Or then you have the husband who is very angry with his wife because she's decided she's going out to dinner with two of her friends. He can't understand why she needs to do that.
As long as there's a limit to everything that we do, it works. It works for us if we have the person being able to do that, whether it is to go out with their friends, go to the hairdresser, just sit down, go to the beach and read a book, whatever it is, that it is important that people spend time with themselves and on themselves. When I work on myself in the gym and I get my stomach down, I feel better wearing my shirt on the inside. I feel better about who I am. When I let myself go physically and I have a punch and so on, I'm conscious of that. I wear my shirt on the outside and so on. So whatever it is that I do or anybody does, they need to be able to concentrate and say, what is it that I need in my life? Sometimes I mean taking a day off from work. Just shutting it down, apply for a day off from work and just stay home by yourself. Or just go somewhere for a drive. Go to dinner. You don't even need to start somebody else to go to a dinner. Go to a function, go to an event, go with a friend. But we feel guilty because we are brought up to say, don't concentrate on you, concentrate on everybody else. There's always a limit in everything that you do. And there is a necessity, more and more as we are pressured and we are under stress, we need to spend some time with ourselves and on ourselves. Okay,
and I believe that could be extended a little bit. Very recently, I've met 3 couples, and I didn't want to ask them, are you all going to marriage encounter or marriage counseling? 3 couples separately said to me that they are having date nights. They go on a date once a week. Okay, I do believe we have a caller. Hello? Hi, I can hear you.
Caller from Woodbrook?
A caller from Woodbrook. Thank you very much. We got through. All right. What would you like to ask, Michael?
I'm hearing you very faintly.
All right. You don't have to worry about hearing me. We're hearing you.
Can I speak to you? I'm hearing you very faintly.
Yes, go ahead.
I just tuned in for the past 10 minutes. I wasn't following the whole segment of the program. Your guest, Mr. Stewart, does this have anything to do with the Defining Masculine Excellence program? Is this a follow-up to it? And how can I be part of that follow-up program? Because I was also a participant in that program and I would like to get some follow-up. Can I listen to you on the television, the response?
Yes. Okay, so we're going to give him a time to go and put up his volume. He followed the rules. He turned his volume off. Did you hear what he asked? He wanted to know if this was part of your Defining Masculine Excellence program. And it is and it isn't, because you do that program.
No, that one is done by Brian
Skinner. Brian Skinner.
That's right.
Okay, that's Brian Skinner, sir.
That's right.
But there's also a lot about masculine excellence we're talking about right now.
That's
okay,
right.
We have another caller. Hello? Hello? We have another caller on the line. From where? Hello? Okay, I'm not hearing the caller. You know what we're going to do today? I'm really sorry to all the people who are trying to get through, but we're going to stop taking calls, and we're going to have to arrange this for when you come, because it's becoming too much of frustration for the people who are trying to call.
Okay.
And I don't think it's very fair to them. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to decide that the next time Michael comes on, we'll open up our telephone lines much earlier. My absolute sincere apologies. Michael, I was mentioning to you this thing about dating.
Yes.
Where you have married couples who've been married for 10, 15 years.
Yes.
Have finally decided, listen, you know something? One day a week or one day a month is our time.
Yes.
Get a babysitter for the children. Find something for the children to do. Take them by their grandparents. You and I, you know what Stalin said? Black man feeling to party. Anywhere Joey playing,
Yeah.
we go in?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How important is
Oh,
that?
Lord. I mean, that is what brought the couples together in the first place. The time that they enjoyed with each other. One of the things that keeps a relationship, right? I did a series, 4 reasons why relationships fail and how yours could succeed. One of it is really building memories. Because that is what causes you when the relationship starts to go bad. When you recall some of the good times that you've had, it is hard to walk off. Because you recall that we enjoyed ourselves together so much. And so we need to do things, create circumstances that will help us to be able to create some special memories. And that is what couples do. That's why they got together. Then we got married. Then we cut that out. Then we become bored with the relationship, and then we enter divorce, and we start it all over again with a new relationship.
And you know, I sometimes wonder, what is it that you see couples who, when they were courting, they couldn't have enough to say to each other.
Yes.
He couldn't stop calling her, and she couldn't stop calling him. And even now with the advent of cell phones, you see them on the phone all the time. Until I feel it's obsession at some point, that he can't stop calling you, and you can't stop calling him. That's as bad as not calling. But you get married, and 10 years later, you see the same couple sitting down having dinner, or you see them in the car, and she's like this.
You almost
And
could
he's
watch
like-
a couple. That's right. You almost could watch a couple and tell that they've been married.
That's a married couple. And why? Why is it you can't find something to talk about?
We start to take each other for granted. Somebody says that we grow old not because we can't play, but we grow old because we stop playing. And sometimes we need to put back that play into the life, and that casualness and that enjoyment and so on. But I don't know, it is something that, except we look at it consciously, I must make a conscious effort to work on my relationship. My wife must make a conscious effort. It cannot be casual, it cannot be coincidental, it cannot